Huh. Showers. Alright. No, nothing there. Alright then. Five. Can't remember this area now. I think actually that bot is outside. We saw it before in the camera. It's not in here. I don't like this place. There's a lot of guards around here. There's another auto hack. There's a lot of guards around here. Not a fan of it. No, I don't think I ever looked in here before. Let's hack it. There's probably a pocket secretary around here or something with the code for it. But, well, I don't know where that would be and all that, so. There we go. And I could have punched in that wall, but that would be a terrible choice. Ooh, here we go. This is the way upstairs. And it's actually stealthy. It's very difficult to get upstairs otherwise. It's possible, certainly, but you have to burn a lot of energy to do it. Chuck a lot of jars. Just gonna have a look at her computer first. So this is from Vasily. Resist them, Nia. Nia, listen to me. You know what they're going to do to us. You recognize the tactics. They're giving life by not taking it. They're giving life by not taking it. Keeping us isolated so that their truth becomes everything. Don't you see the signs? Do not give in to them. Okay, I can't work like this, Megan. How do they I'm programming blind here. Can't expect to work like this, Megan. How do you expect me to write a program that will work on a biochip I haven't even seen a design for yet? I need to know the layout of the processors, otherwise I can't determine what threads should be suppressed and which should be allowed to stay active. Instead of controlling their damn crowd, I might very well end up inciting it to riot. Yeah, you're thinking too narrowly. The positioning of the processors is just a detail. It doesn't really matter. What matters is the input coming into the chip from the nervous system. That's what's generating the individual or multiple threads you need to suppress. Focus on isolating those patterns, and I think you might actually get somewhere. But if it makes you feel better, H told me Eric's designing the chip. He worked with him enough to know how he thinks. I presume H is Pew, as in Hugh.
Get the hell out! This lab is off limits to you people.
Looks like an office.
What?
Also, do they frequently access her room by the vents?
You were Seraph's security guy. Way to protect our asses.
Go fuck yourself.
You, Doc. I nearly died trying to save you.
Oh, and now you're here to take me back. Well, maybe I don't want to go. Maybe I've got more here than I ever had at Seraph.
Tempted in breaking my pacifist wrong.
They executed him and dumped his body in a ditch.
That's not true.
Believe it. Unless these murderers have you so brainwashed, you don't mind building their toys.
It wasn't a toy. It was a software upgrade that limits functionalities in a biochip. They told me it was for crowd control. Is Vasily really dead? You saw the body?
What was left of it?
Oh my god. I should have listened to him.
Dr. Colvin, I need to free Megan Reed and get everyone else out of here. It means causing simultaneous accidents in 3 labs.
Declan and Eric. Of course. Interesting idea, Mr. Jensen. Ambitious, but risky. The timing would be critical.
I'll coordinate the attack. But you understand that this could all backfire.
I'm no shrinking violet, Mr. Jensen, but there may be another issue.
The GPL tracker, I know. I also know about the virus Dr. Sevchenko developed. The one meant to interfere with their security.
One step ahead. Just like Vasily. It's a good plan. However, I don't have the virus program. Perhaps you should check with Declan or Eric.
Dr. Colvin, I need to know I can trust you. You seemed pretty happy to be here until I told you about Dr. Sevchenko.
It's been 6 months, Mr. Jensen. Not long for you, perhaps, but how long can a person live in constant fear? Once they took us out of isolation, it just seemed easier to concentrate on the work.
Did all of you feel that way?
Vasily didn't. Maybe not Declan either, but the work we do here, the discussions, and the theories. I thought Seraph's projects were far-reaching, but the experiments I've seen going on here, it's the kind of stuff DARPA dreams up every day.
Only without governmental oversight keeping you in line.
I suppose I'm just a typical scientist to you, right, Mr. Jensen? Blindly pushing boundaries? No care for who's footing the bill or how our discoveries get made?
We all have to live with ourselves at the end of the day, Dr. Colvin.
You're right, of course. But were things so different in Detroit? We all know where those Seraph contracts came from, don't we? You asked me if you could trust me. You can. But you better get on with this.
It's no real surprise for Seraph not to have a, Jensen not to have a high opinion of her, considering she just spat in his face for nearly dying to save them. So, yeah. She can get fucked.
I will. In the meantime, stay tuned for the signal. You'll feel a vibration in your GPL. That'll be the time to set off the distraction.
I'll be ready. And I'm sorry about what I said.
Not forgiven. Seriously, if I didn't need you, blades go in, blades don't come out. Just run around the rest of the game with her on my arm. Simply unbelievable. From Raymond Jorian to Christina Cantrella. Mr. D, these new samples are simply amazing. The fragments are definitely human, but present some particular peculiarities. But I have to say, this could be it. This could be the break we were waiting for. I've started work on it, and so far, fragmentation and litigation were not an litigation. Though litigation was a legal thing. Anyway, fragments were effectively amplified, and vector insertion reacted as expected to DNA ligase. I'm having problems with transfection, though. It seems to be expected, and is probably linked to the aforementioned singularities. Not doing a bit of work in test scan fix. If we make it, if the cells react as planned, and we can properly screen and get proper sequencing, it could remove every obstacle we've faced so far. Even better, we could end up with subjects impervious to bloodstream rejection. This goes far beyond simple augmentation rejection. It could modify technology as we know it, augmentation technology as we know it. I think you should inform Mr. Page immediately. I hope you forgive my impetuosity, but I started naming the subjects with the names of the apostles. I believe it's befitting, considering the underlying subject and the importance of this leap forward. God, this is so exciting. Nigerian bank. Awesome. 5. Have that. Oh shit. Reload. Got a little carried away. Forgot about the camera system there. In that case, I'm going to have to chug a jar and move. F5. Punch. Bunk. Huh, I just noticed when the wall breaks, it's like there's little, all the little triangles you keep seeing around this game. It just like appears. That's cool. There's way up back there. A Delgado and the Stemosiever. Excerpt from a lecture given by Hugh Darrow at the Bonn Rhein Sig University in March 2016. I would like to tell you another research story of an absolutely fascinating. This one involves Dr. José Manuel Rodriguez Delgado, a Spanish professor of physiology at Yale University. Delgado's research interests centered on electrical signals to invoke specific responses in the brain. His earliest work was with cats, but later he performed experiments with monkeys and humans. Much of the experiments centered on the invention he called a Stemosiever. a radio which joined a stimulator of brainwaves to a receiver that monitored EEG waves before sending them back on separate radio channels. This allowed the subject of an experiment full freedom of movement while allowing the experimenter to control the experiment. Delgado used the stem receiver to stimulate emotions and attempt to control behavior. In one attempt involving 4 patients, he stimulated points in the amygdala, and hippocampus to produce a variety of effects, including pleasant sensations, elation, deep, thoughtful concentration, odd feelings, super relaxation, colored visions, and other responses. Delgado later stated that Delgado later stated that brain transmissions can remain in a person's head for life. The energy to activate the brain transmitters can remain in a person's head for life. The energy to activate the brain transmitter is transmitted by way of radio frequencies. Source Canon, Delgado, JMR, intracerebral radio stimulation and recording in completely free patients. In whatever it's alright. Interesting. I guess this was Sachenko's lab. It's upon a time. I think they would have unpowered this elevator until someone moved in or whatever. But if they're keeping people separate, you think they would keep it unpowered. But again, they aren't really keeping them separate here, are they? Ah well, Sylvie. Don't care if I'm here to rescue you, you're still subject to the Jensen tax. Vasily, courage, my boy. Eric, I don't know where they're keeping you, but rest assured you are not alone. Declan and I are being forced to work in the Microgen building, separately of course, but from time to time our paths have crossed. I intend to get us out of here. If there's any way for you to slip a note to the morgue, tell Declan where you are, then do it. We'll find a way to get you home, son. Stay strong. Dr. Reed, I don't mean to rock the boat, but maybe you can convince them to let you come by and check on my work in person sometime. I feel it's progressing in the right direction, but since I don't have access to the original Patient X files anymore, I'm simply not sure I'm getting the mutagenic chemical composition right, and you know how important that formula is when it comes to stabilizing their nerve interface connection. Without it, these biochips won't work at all. I hear you, Eric, and I understand, but I don't think they'll listen to me. A turn of convincing them to allow this level of interaction between us. Soldiers are used to being compartmentalized. They think everyone else should be able to work in the dark too, knowing only half the information. I am reviewing all your work though, so don't worry. I'll let you know if you're straying too far off. And she knows, I guess. Anything else here? No, it's piss. Alright. Book. The 6-Month War. A History of the Conflict. With the absorption of Palestine into the United Arab Front, it was inevitable that the coalition of nations first conceived by Iran in 2014 would turn their attention to Israel. Generations of Arabs who had grown up knowing nothing but conflict with their neighbours were stirred to belligerence by the new power of the UAF, and emboldened by expansionist doctrines, plans were laid for a lightning strike assault. In March of 2021, the conflict would become known as the 6-Month War was ignited by a massed invasion. A carefully coordinated attack using infantry, armoured elements, fighters and bombers, short-range ballistic missiles and limited littoral sea power struck at Israeli defense forces. But the key element of the engagement was the use of covert augmented operatives and cyber warfare units to cripple defensive command and control networks and nuclear retaliatory strike capabilities. Damn. Gotta give it to them. They're good at what they do.
What do you want? I told you people not to barge in here. Wasn't the new biochip design enough?
Dr. Koss, I'm here to get you out.
Jensen? From Sarif? But we were told we'd been written off.
Not exactly.
Listen, Jensen. They forced me to work for them. I didn't want to create the new biochip, especially since it was based on Sarif's research, but they didn't give me a choice.
No one doubts your loyalty, Dr. Koss. Do you know what they plan to do with this new biochip?
I'm not sure. They said something about having Tai Young Medical produce it and distribute it through LIM, but I can't be sure.
I've already been in touch with Colvin and Faraday, and we've come up with a plan. If the 3 of you set off simultaneous explosions in your labs, it might allow me to access the secured area and find Megan. Then we all get out of here.
Isn't that a little risky? Besides, how will we coordinate these accidents? It's impossible.
Maybe not. But it's that or staying here and eventually ending up like Dr. Sevchenko.
They killed him, didn't they? He kept provoking them, coming up with these wild...
Oh, Christ.
They try to keep us apart as much as possible now.
Yeah, I can see why.
All right, Mr. Jensen. I'm with you. What's our next move?
Listen, Dr. Koss. Dr. Sevchenko had a plan to neutralize the GPL tracker.
Yes, he wanted to upload a viral program onto the security control computer to scramble all of their equipment. He gave me a copy in case anything happened to him. Here, I never had the courage to use it. Besides, we had nowhere to go.
Yeah. No point using it till you have an escape plan.
Dr. Koss, the bioship you mentioned was based on Sarif's studies?
Yes, I believe so. At first I thought it was merely convergent research, but I've worked with Dr. Reed long enough to recognize her handiwork. Besides, I had been working on something similar back in Detroit.
And your knowledge of it made you invaluable here.
At least to a certain extent, it probably helped us all stay alive. But now with Dr. Shevchenko, I guess we've all become expendable. Except for Dr. Reed, I suppose.
Why do you say that?
It's more of a general feeling, I guess. Back in Detroit, we all realized that we were on the verge of something groundbreaking. And here, well, everyone seems to view her research as crucial in some way.
That might explain why she's being held in a secured area.
Possibly. I'm just glad we're going home. It's kind of hard to believe.
And remember back in the other place, that Doc Kavanagh kept going on about how important Megan's work was?
The computer I need to upload this to. Where's it located?
Vasily mentioned a tunnel near the back of the compound. I think it leads to the restricted area's security terminals, but... well, I've never used it myself. I wish I could be more helpful. Or even... go with you. But...
It's understandable.
Dr. Koss. Once I upload this virus, you'll have to do your part. When you feel a vibration from your GPL, that's the signal to set off the explosion.
I'll wait, Mr. Jensen. But hurry.
We could crawl around here more and loot more, read more things, but I'm not sure if I really want to do that. Like, seriously. Here, I have to stop for just a mo, but I'll be back in a sec. Hey folks, and I'm back. And yeah, I am actually recording. It's a good first step to actually making a YouTube vid. I've said that so goddamn much. Yeah. Maybe one day I'll get new content. Maybe one day. One sec. Sorry, I just had to gawk at a thing for a moment, make sure it's all hunky-dory. So anyway, I was thinking about it, and yes, I'm going to have a look through this place. Don't mind me, mate. Don't mind me at all. Okay, I can get out of here via that way. Oh, come on, piss off. I'm trying to do some shit here, game. I'm trying to stop the Illuminati. Okay, the camera would see me if I took him out. Or it would see him if I took him out. Okay, that's the sky bridge thing. Cloak. Oh, what? Must be in that room there. Still dying of plague. Okay. Cute. Don't like using the How does that work? I don't know. I don't like using the energy bar, in case, I need it for something else later, but still. Please try to keep this confidential. We already have received complaints from her concerning privacy and some stolen underwear. I know it's a sausage fest here on the ranch, but try and respect the few women we have under our protection, alright? Really, stolen underwear. Christ. Guess they're going on to eBay or something. Yeah. Like, what the fuck is with these guys? Guess they're taking the thing very seriously. Anyway, sir, you've asked